Welcome to Saint Tropez for the 20th edition of Trophee Bailli de Suffren, a 580 nautical mile race from Saint Tropez to Malta. Unique in its historical significance, naval etiquette and Corinthian spirit, the Trophee Bailli de Suffren has, for the past 20 years, brought together more than 108 classic yachts for an extraordinary event. And follows in the footsteps of Pierre-André du Suffren of Saint Tropez, Bailli and Grand Cross of the Order of St. John of Jerusalem, and Vice Admiral of the French Navy under Louis XVI. The Trophee Bailli de Suffren is the embodiment of classic yachting. It combines passion for sailing, history, and exploration in some of the most beautiful locations in the Mediterranean. This year's course will see the fleet stop over in arguably the most attractive ports in the Mediterranean: Bonifacio of Corsica, Trapani of Sicily, and Mgarr of GOZO, before completing the course at the Royal Malta Yacht Club.
We are very happy to have this 15 boats coming together in Saint Tropez and going to Malta. This is a great event for the 20th anniversary, and everybody enjoyed to go sailing to Bonifacio, Trapani, GOZO and Malta.
It was a great race and a great leg because we had maybe to 16, 17 knots, but down to 0 knots, and every wind angle you can imagine, from a very close course to a very wide and full spinnaker. We wish we had a zero, but super great condition for sailing for people that had patience.
This town is more than 1,000 years old, and it's been the center of the world since ancient times until discovery of America. The first tourist that came here was Ulysses. When he met the Lestrigons, he came to Bonifacio. It's part of the charm of having historical regatta here, nice boats, and also all the art de vivre that goes around it. Because sailors on board of these yachts know how to spend a living and enjoy the sea at a different rhythm than the yachts and all the other people that are quite busy and in a hurry. They take time. And we have pleasure to share experience with them.
The 20th Trophee Bailli de Suffren is for the sport's top amateur and Corinthian sailors. But there is more to the event beyond sailing. Enjoying the hospitality of some of the most breathtaking historic ports in the Mediterranean is a unique experience. Amongst the boats competing in the 20th Trophee Bailli de Suffren was Moonbeam, a cutter sail yacht built by William Fife and Sons. The sleek lines, large sail area and amazing craftsmanship emphasize the striking elegance of this 31-meter-long sailing yacht. Throughout her more than 100-year history, the Moonbeam 3 has successfully participated in countless regattas in the Mediterranean Sea.
She's almost 120 years old. Was built in 1903 in Scotland, been maintained so far. One of the oldest boats on the whole fleet of classic yachts. Definitely the oldest boat here in the fleet.
The trip from Bonifacio to Trapani was it was quite a bit of an adventure. We started with like 30 knots, which was quite windy, and we started quite good. So at the evening we had our shifts, and of course I'm always at the night shift. So there was a half moon, and the water was like she started very red in the beginning, and she rose, and then we could see all over the sea, and we saw some little dolphins around, a very nice turtle.
The spirit of Bailli has not weakened despite the pandemic, and exchanges between the boats and encounters with history once again have contributed to the magic of this event. Trapani welcomed the cruise with the Corsair night of Vento di Maestrale.
We made a very nice start from Trapani, and we had like great wind, very nice sailing condition. We made great progress. The sea was pretty flat, and we had good wind, so going really quick. It was super nice. I'm very happy that we finally sailed to GOZO and now have the opportunities to see these kind of buildings. And also I like very much this rough nature.
The experience is wonderful, you know. As we say in GOZO, on the Maltese island, Mgarr, it's welcome to GOZO, you know. It's a beautiful island. The Trophy Bailli de Suffren has become a must for the traditional yacht, and we are surrounded by the sea.
The participants completed their journey after the final leg from GOZO to Malta, just outside Mgarr harbour, known as Mgarr. As they sailed through the South Comino Channel on a day characterised by light winds not exceeding 7 knots, the fleet enjoyed some of Malta's most scenic vistas. The Santa Maria Tower, also known as the Comino Tower, provided one of the many picturesque backdrops the race has to offer. The tower, a large bastioned watchtower, was built in 1618, the fifth of 6 Wignacourt towers built by the Order of St. John between 1610 and 1620. To date, only 4 of these towers have survived the long years. The route took the fleet past the Coral Lagoon and towards the northern coast of Malta, before finishing in Marsamxett Harbour. Incidentally, the fleet finished the race in the same location as the iconic Rolex Middle Sea race.
Finally we are here. It has been a long day. We welcomed the fleet of Trophy Bailli de Suffren in Malta. We had a nice course today. We started outside Mgarr harbour in the island of GOZO. We sailed down the South Comino Channel, past the island of Comino, and then along the northwest coast of Malta and down to the Marsamxett Harbour, finishing near Valletta.
Guy Canillon and his Kachu dominated in the spirit of tradition and became the 3rd Jedi in the history of TBS. The battle to conquer Admiral Satan's Sabre of Honour has taken place, and for the first time in the history of the Bailli, 3 boats finished with the same point score. Moonbeam by Olivier Lamit, Hilaria by Philippe Tennyson, and Ratafia by Carl Olivier. It was in the number of victories that Carl Olivier, owner of the Ratafia, became the 19th Admiral Satan.
Trophy Bailli de Suffren is the embodiment of classic yachting. It combines a passion for sailing, history, and I think it's no better place than here in Malta to finish such a beautiful race. It's been a pleasure to welcome them here to Malta, and hopefully we'll see them back again next year.